Here and welcome back. After a long hiatus, I decided to get back into talking about wrestling again. I did Raw yesterday, and I'm going to be doing SmackDown Live today. And if things go well, I might do NXT and 205 Live or something like that. And essentially, this is just a show where we hang out, we talk about wrestling. I give you guys my input on what happened tonight, where stories might go in the future. If you guys are in the chat when I do this live after SmackDown, I'm recording right now at 10:35 Eastern, so it's about half an hour after SmackDown. But if you guys ever want to come on, you guys can come on during that. Come to this channel, and you guys can see me talk about wrestling live and interact with me, and that'd be awesome. Today's show was interesting. Today's show was very, very interesting. So the best thing about SmackDown is the fact that anything can happen, and it truly feels like anything on SmackDown can happen, especially when a guy like John Cena isn't anywhere to be found. Like John Cena's on hiatus filming another show or movie or something, and it's the best thing for SmackDown because we'll get John Cena back for like the big moments, like the big matches. He's essentially SmackDown's Brock Lesnar without the overbearingness of holding that title for too long. But it's like the show where like anything can happen, especially since last week AJ won the number one contenders match for the US title. So we're like, okay, so AJ is gonna be not in the title picture, the main big title picture for a while. So it's like, okay, maybe that'll give room for Baron Corbin or Sami Zayn or Luke Harper once Randy, of course, defeats Bray Wyatt in the House of Horrors clusterfuck that is. Unless they pull a fast one on us. And essentially, it's always like, all right, so who of those three guys are going to be in the title picture after the Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton thing? So today, before the show started, they started talking about this six-pack challenge, which somebody online said, is this Shane McMahon's version of like the Teddy Long tag team match? Because we're constantly getting this six-pack challenge, and it's kind of funny. They're awesome matches, and I enjoyed the hell out of them. But tonight's I was looking at, I'm like, okay, we got Luke Harper. All right. We got Sami Zayn. All right. We got Mojo Rawley. Okay. We got Dolph Ziggler. And my mind, I'm like, oh no. We got Eric Rowan. And we got Jinder Mahal. Now... I find it funny that some of the guys that are in this match have never win. Like Jinder, I don't think has a win since he's been back in WWE. Eric Rowan, I don't think has a win in like the last 3 years. Dolph Ziggler, I mean, he wins. He had the Apollo feud that went out the window. The Kalisto feud that went out the window. And Mojo Rawley he's Mojo. So in my mind, I'm like, really? This is the six-pack challenge. No Baron Corbin. No Shinsuke Nakamura. No Ty Dillinger. These guys. I'm like, all right, so that I'm like, guaranteed Sami Zayn is gonna win. Maybe Luke Harper wins, and that's who I was rooting for. And that was introduced for the night. So I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. So SmackDown starts, and the first thing we get on SmackDown is Shane McMahon making... I can't remember. I believe Charlotte came out and talked about something and saying that she feels disrespected. She's been here for 6 days or whatever. And Shane came out and she's like, you know, you're right. You were this big player on Raw. I'm going to give you a number one contenders match tonight against Naomi. And I'm like, all right, that could be fun. That could be really fun. Naomi is a very athletic, sometimes good worker. She does have some botches that sometimes leave me wondering why is she botching so much, but she's pretty good. In the meantime, we have Carmella, Tamina, and Natalia, all who are the heels, talking smack about how they deserve their chance, which is funny because Tamina just got there, so she doesn't deserve shit. And Natalia and Carmella aren't really doing much when it comes to winning, so I don't know. And then no Becky Lynch, which is bad because Becky is like the best part of the women's division on SmackDown now that Alexa Bliss is gone. But we do have Charlotte. So the match was set for the night, and I was like, all right. So we have that match. We got the six-pack challenge. Could be an interesting show. The six-pack challenge, even if it's bad, it'll be fun. And when it comes to the Charlotte match, Charlotte almost always puts on great matches. So I was pretty excited about that. So that was for the night. And the first actual match we got for the night was the 6-pack challenge, and surprised the hell out of me. Like, beyond surprised me, because this match was fucking fun. It was like, people started chanting, "This is awesome." It was exciting. It was thrilling. I was like literally sitting up because I didn't know who was gonna win. I'm like, who is gonna win this match? Are they gonna give it to Luke Harper? Are they gonna give it to Sami Zayn? In the back of my mind, I'm like, will Mojo win this? Because SmackDown is so unpredictable, and I put on my Twitter, I was like, that is like the best thing about SmackDown. It's so unpredictable, anything can happen. Unlike Raw, which is it's Roman or it's Roman. On SmackDown, it's like it could be anybody. So I'm watching this match. This match is really fun. Everybody's looking really good. And there's spots, there's people flying over. It's fucking a great match. Yeah, if you don't watch SmackDown, go watch this match. It's fucking fun. It was a good match. I know when it comes to the ending of this match. So I forgot the scenario that happens, but I know at one point Sammy gets into the ring against Jinder Mahal, and he gets the upper hand. And Sammy gets the upper hand, and Sammy's gonna do the haluva kick. But out of nowhere, somebody grabs his leg. And I'm like, oh, who grabbed his leg? Was it Dolph? Who was over there? The Bollywood boys were over there. The Bollywood boys, I mean, they came in, they grabbed Sammy's leg, so he couldn't really nail the haluva kick. He got distracted, and he's just like, what? And then out of nowhere, Jinder comes. And I'm not sure what Jinder's finisher is called, but he did a finisher. He ends up becoming the #1 contender against Randy Orton. And I know that this is just because there are no bad guys on SmackDown. There are no bad guys at all. Like I was looking for the bad guys. We got Kevin Owens, who's got 1 belt already, so he can't be in this. We've got Eric Rowan, I think, is a bad guy. Baron Corbin's a bad guy, so that's why I assumed Baron Corbin would be in this match. And then the other bad guy is Jinder Mahal. I mean, Dolph's a bad guy, but it's Dolph Ziggler. I love Dolph, but it's Dolph Ziggler. Come on, guys, it's Dolph Ziggler. So Jinder Mahal wins. And a part of me was like, I rolled my eyes and I was like, no, there's no fucking way. But then I was like, Jinder is a good opponent for Randy, because we all know Jinder's not going to win. We need a bad guy to go against Randy. Jinder's a good bad guy. He's a proper heel. People boo the shit out of him because they truly don't like the guy. And they don't really like his character. So it's proper, like, he's a proper heel. I mean, he gets people to hate him. He did the whole America sucks, or not America sucks, but this whole "you American people," very Rusev-esque. And we all know Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men, and Jinder Mahal is jacked. The odds that dude is not on some fucking steroids are slim to none, but whatever. He's jacked. He's huge. So that was the outcome, and it could be interesting. I mean, Randy came out, and Randy kind of just ignored him when he started talking about that. I have to go against you next, but I have this pain in my side right now, and it's Bray Wyatt. And he's talking, and then I know where we get Bray doing what Bray does, cutting an amazing promo that means absolutely nothing, because that's what Bray does. He cuts promos that don't go anywhere because he constantly fucking loses, and he's going to lose this match too, the House of Horrors match. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The fact that this match is still happening is so dumb. But Jinder Mahal has a title shot ahead of Shinsuke, ahead of Sammy, and ahead of Luke Harper. So yeah, that's happening. Don't know how I feel about that. Like I said, I was kind of rolled my eyes, but then I started thinking maybe it could be fun. I have a hard time believing that Jinder can keep up with Randy, and this isn't going to turn into like a straight up squash match. But who knows? Could be fun. Could be awful, but could be fun. After that, we had was that all we had? Oh yeah, look, we had Charlotte Flair versus Naomi. So the 6-pack challenge took about, I want to say, half an hour plus, maybe more than that, maybe like 40 minutes with entrances and everything. It was a long match. It was a fun match, and it was long. We had Naomi versus a Charlotte, #1 contender. If Charlotte wins, she gets to be the #1 contender against Naomi at Backlash. I was like, all right, and this match was pretty good, but again, like I mentioned earlier, something about Naomi. Every time I watch Naomi fight, she's at times really good, and then at times she's awful. Not awful, but she's like, she does botches. She's had several botches with Alexa Bliss. She's had several botches with several women on the roster, and it's like she's really athletic and she's really good at times, but it's almost like she gets ahead of herself and she doesn't know what to do. And in this match, I think she had maybe not a botch, but she had a few sloppy moments between her and Charlotte, which is fine because I don't know how much chemistry these two have together. But Charlotte ends up winning. In the back, we had Natalya, Tamina, and Carmella like confront her before she goes to the ring. Charlotte. So I'm expecting a Charlotte face turn happening soon. Maybe they'll fuck with her. And she won't get this title shot, and then her and Becky will be a team or something. I don't know. I'm expecting her to be like a face soon again, maybe for a while. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Charlotte as a heel is one of the best heels in the company. As a face, I don't know, because then after that, all you have for heels is Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina, and not sure I want that. But nonetheless, this match was pretty decent. Besides a couple of like sloppy-esque moments, but it was pretty good. Pretty decent at least. And then we had Primo and Epico versus American Alpha. After they got their asses, Primo and Epico attacked American Alpha last week, beat them up, so we knew that this was going to be their feud. American Alpha going forward. And I don't know if American Alpha just downgraded and this is what they're doing now, because I actually enjoyed this match for what it was. I think Primo and Epico are actually really good wrestlers who always have shitty gimmicks. And this match was pretty good. I forgot what happened in the end. I know that Primo and Epico won, and it was like a roll up out of nowhere. And it wasn't Gable that got pinned. It was Jason Jordan, I believe, they got pinned, which is like fucking a rare thing. We never see Jason Jordan take the pin in these matches. So that was actually pretty interesting. The match was fine. I thought it was decent. Yeah, I thought it was decent. I mean, we could really use another team that was better than Primo and Epico on SmackDown, but this is what we got. Now we got the Bollywood boys, so that's going to be interesting. And also, if Carlito ends up fucking showing up, which probably will never happen, but that'd be awesome, he can probably do some really good things with Primo and Epico, so I'm pretty cool with that. Next we had Kevin Owens, the Face of America Open Challenge. So one of the best things about John Cena when he had the US title was the Open Challenge, and I hope that Kevin Owens does this every single week. The roster isn't big enough to do this every week, but it'd be awesome if he does it every week, and I hope it's not just jobbers. He beat this Gary Gandy, who's a local wrestler, I'm assuming, in about 30 seconds with a proper powerbomb. After that, he ran the crowd down, about being Canadian and how Canada's better and all this other stuff. I don't know. I really, this match was whatever. It's just a squash match for Kevin Owens. He's great on the mic. So this was just like a pre-match before AJ and Baron Corbin had their match, because AJ was having an interview earlier in the show, and doing his whole thing, and then Baron Corbin came out, said, "You didn't pin me, whatever. Keeping Baron strong." He's like, "You asked for this," when it comes to AJ accepting or asking Baron to fight or whatever. But this Open Challenge thing could be a lot of fun. I hope that they let some other people show up, like maybe Sami Zayn answers the Open Challenge, maybe Mojo does, maybe Ty Dillinger does. I mean, you have some decent mid-carders that can answer this call and have some fun with this Open Challenge, because that's the best part of when John Cena had the belt. And then we had AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin in a pretty good match. Like, I used to hate Baron Corbin, guys. Like, I really didn't. Me and my brother, we really hated Baron Corbin in NXT. Even after watching Breaking Ground, I was like, you just don't do it for me, man. But whatever has happened since he came to the main roster, he is a fucking beast. He is a beast, and easily the top heel on SmackDown. And he really held his own. And like, I really enjoyed this match. He does really good mic work. The match is really good, or it's pretty good. Kevin Owens is on commentary, and he's amazing on commentary. It was kind of awkward a little bit just a little bit, not like too much, but with JBL, because I'm like, I wonder how much this is bothering JBL that he has to be like this positive guy, nice guy. He's not the heel anymore, or as heelish as he used to be. But the match went on for a while. Baron is actually really fast, way faster than I thought he was. At least in this match, he looked really fast. It could just be that AJ is making him look amazing because it's what AJ does. But I really, really like this match. At one point, Baron like throws AJ into Kevin Owens, and AJ somehow gets the upper hand. AJ does like a running forearm off the side of the apron to the outside, and it like throws Baron Corbin over like the banister, and AJ runs inside, and he Baron Corbin gets counted out. So you keep Baron Corbin looking strong, you keep AJ looking really good, and I thought Kevin Owens was gonna come in and attack, but I wasn't sure if like the time was gonna allow for it. So that's essentially how SmackDown ended. I like SmackDown. I thought SmackDown flowed really well. It flowed well. There wasn't a lot of filler, which I liked. Everything was about a story. There was some rumors about Mike Bennett, who used to be in TNA, and Maria. I think in WWE she was just called Maria, but I can't remember. Being backstage. So I was kind of expecting them to do something, but they didn't do anything. So that kind of sucked. But nonetheless, it was a pretty solid SmackDown. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna say I enjoyed it more than Raw, because Raw was too long and had about an hour and 15 minutes of filler. For those of you guys in the chat, once I'm done running the show, we'll chat for a little bit and everything if you guys want to stick around. But I enjoy SmackDown more than Raw this week. Besides Raw is literally just Braun, I think. Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe is fine, but I think Braun is what makes like Raw the best that Raw like could be. SmackDown has so many moving parts that it makes it a lot more fun for me. So I had fun. They did a thing for Lana about her gimmick. Is Lana's gimmick a stripper? Like, this is me really asking, because she's got like a robe on. She's got like, like short little underwear, like not underwear, but like wrestling gear. She's got a chair. She's doing some Magic Mike up and down, opening her legs. And I'm like, is her gimmick a stripper? I know they're going to tell us she's a dancer, but what she's doing isn't like Fandango dancing. It's like, I'm like, is she a stripper? Is her gimmick a stripper? Because that's kind of funny. But I don't know. That's it. We still have Rusev, who's probably going to come back in about 4 weeks or so. SmackDown's looking like it's got some possibilities. SmackDown's looking like the show that should possibly be the one that gets 3 hours, because whoever's writing SmackDown does a really good job of it. So I enjoy SmackDown. I thought it was pretty awesome. And it just flowed well. There was no filler. I wasn't bored. Everything went really quickly. There wasn't like a lot of backstage segments. The only real segment was the one that we had with the girls being mad because they didn't get their title shot, even though they're all losers. And I mean that in the sense that they never win. But I enjoyed the show. What do I think about Jinder Mahal winning? Like I said earlier, I don't know. When it happened, I was like, I groaned, and then I was like, could be decent, because there aren't any bad guys on SmackDown, and Jinder does look like he looks the part because he's jacked and everything. And Jinder's actually pretty decent on the mic. Mixing him with the Bollywood boys, I'm curious to see what that's going to be. If it's going to be that they're going to be trying to kiss his ass and they're going to be like, just wanting to be around. It's going to be interesting, because the Bollywood boys, their whole gimmick was like they were like these nice geeky guys, and Jinder's a buffy, like, bad guy. So it's going to be interesting how their dynamic works. But it could be fun. It could be bad, but it could be fun. We'll see. We'll see what they do with Jinder, but it could be interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But no Becky Lynch this week. So we'll see what happens with her going forward. But yeah, that's what I thought of SmackDown. I gave Raw a 6 yesterday. I'm going to give SmackDown a 7.5. Honestly. I'm going to give SmackDown 7.5. We got Three pretty good matches. The Epico, the tag match was meh. We had what else was the other match? I thought there was another match. Let's see. The Kevin Owens match was whatever. Filler, he's open challenge, whatever. I thought that was going to be where Mike Bennett or whatever his name is in WWE is going to show up, but he didn't. But I'd give it a 7.5. It flowed well. It went well. It didn't lag at any point. It wasn't like boring at any point. Everything flowed really well. We got the stories we needed. Jinder Mahal being in the title picture now is a fucking huge surprise. I think commentators said, I think it was JBL that said, Jinder's never had any kind of shot at a title like this. So that's awesome. I mean, what it turns into, who knows? But the fact that SmackDown's willing to give it a shot, give it a chance, see what happens, go with the flow, that's the best part of it, because we get to see what happens going forward from here. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty decent, like a pretty good show. 7.5. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you're in the chat, let me know what you think of the show. What did you think of the show? If you enjoyed Raw this week better, if you enjoyed SmackDown, and let me know what you guys think when it comes to what possibilities can happen going forward. We didn't get Shinsuke, and I don't know what they're doing with Shinsuke, honestly, because Shinsuke could have been in that title contenders match and he was not. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they didn't put, like, you got Shinsuke, you got Ty Dillinger, you got Baron Corbin. I mean, Baron Corbin was against AJ, so that'll probably turn into a triple threat later on. But, like, you could have had Shinsuke in there. I'm not sure what Shinsuke's gimmick's going to be. He had some beef with Dolph, I guess. But I don't know. I'm worried that the WWE doesn't know what to do with Shinsuke. And that can be a fucking huge fucking problem. Like, they did these video packages for Shinsuke and for Ty. Kind of like showing where they came from, showing what they can do. And they were cool video packages, but I am pretty worried of what they're going to do with both of them, because they could turn into a clusterfuck. Hopefully it doesn't, but it could turn into a clusterfuck. All right, guys. So that is the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I can improve this. What do you guys think I should do better here? Let me know how the mic sounds, how the video quality looks, how the buffering was handling. Let me know all that good stuff. I'm getting back into like the groove of things, trying to get back into this. I want to do this for entertainment in general as well as wrestling. So I want to get into geek stuff and go over the geeky news of the day as well. But we'll have to see. I mean, I could even do reactions like this as well. Just kind of doing my reaction of stuff, and we'll see. Hopefully it goes well, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.